Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
I welcome you all to the 217th meeting of Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club. The mission of the Toastmaster Club is to provide positive and supportive environment in which members are empowered to grow their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and their personal growth. With that, we have some housekeeping rules in place. Rule number one, please keep your phone on silent mode. If you haven't done that, you have 5 seconds. Rule number two, please keep yourself on mute mode if you're not speaking. It might disturb the host or whoever is speaking. Rule number three, please refrain yourself to talk about politics, sex, and religion in derogatory manner. We are open to a healthy discussion. Now, for the further proceedings, please help me welcome presiding officer for the today's meeting, Toastmaster Anshuman. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Today, Saturday morning, all of us have strived to be part of this meeting to practice and hone our public speaking skills. At Bright Beginning, we get to do it in a physical environment and also at the convenience of your home. Just waking up on Saturday morning, logging on Zoom, and practicing table topics today. So we have a special meeting today where we'll just do rounds of table topics where we'll all get to practice table topic with the help of Toastmaster Anshul. But before we do that, we have a guest in Toastmaster Aryan today morning who also joined us last Saturday. So I'll like to know from you, Toastmaster Aryan, how did you celebrate your Independence Day and what do you look forward to in today's meeting?
Actually, I didn't get a chance to celebrate the Independence Day, but day before yesterday on 14th August, in our company there was a event and functions happening regarding the Independence Day. So I joined over there. Like there was some patriotic song competition also over there, and some other dance events and all functions was there. I enjoyed it through that. But on 15th August there was no chance. I have just spent whole day by sleeping only. So there was no chance. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. I think one thing that good that happens with Independence Day is that the festive season starts, and with the prolonged rainy season in north of India this time, this Independence Day, then with the festivals of Raksha Bandhan, then Dashera, then Diwali, then Christmas, then all the festivals. Winter season just not stands for chilly mornings, but also celebrating, getting together, having that community vibe, and we do that amazingly well in Bright Beginning Toastmasters. Not just that, we also strive to reinvent ourselves. And today's theme, which our passionate Toastmaster Shaunak, who recently joined Bright Beginning, but recently is a misnomer, but Toastmaster Shaunak looks to be a tenure Toastmaster of 5 years, is going to tell us how we can strive to reinvent ourselves day in and day out with or without the help of Toastmasters. So I'd like to welcome on the stage Toastmaster Shaunak to let us know how we can all reinvent ourselves together. Over to you, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and Shuman. You have already increased my motivation to the next level, and you always do that with everyone. So thank you so much for that, being a motivator for everyone. Reinvent yourself. See around yourself. We all are using mobile phones. Every year or every 6 months, you listen that my Samsung is rolling out a new mobile phone, S24, the recent one. And now they have already announced S25, which is expected in coming months. Most of you will be using S15 from Apple. Why they do so? You all go to the restaurant, you try new menu or new dishes every time. Why? The simple answer is to break the monotony, to experience new things. And when we talk about that, that very much signifies in our own self as well. We all want to experience new things, try new dishes, or do things in our day-to-day life to break that monotony. But tell me one thing, who is that person with you spend the most of the time? Anyone from the audience, the Toastmasters or the guests, would you like to answer that? Who is that one person with whom you spend the most of your time?
We spend most of our time with ourselves.
Exactly, Toastmaster Nisha. You are bang on. So if we'll not bring changes in ourselves, we'll not elevate ourselves to the next level. We'll feel boring with from ourselves itself. So it's very important to reinvent ourselves. Things what we have just thought of, but we have not taken an initiative. We try to be in our own comfort zone, but reinventing ourselves tells you to get out of your comfort zone. Try to change small things, and that will have a positive influence in your life. That will make you a different person. Now tell me, when all you have last introspect yourself, there might be a lot of things you might want to change in yourself or want to try a new thing. But we all are so occupied in our life that even if those things in our wish list, we don't want to give it a try. So tell me one thing, each one of you, what is that one thing that you wanted to try? Or that you see as part of your wish list for a long time? Any one of you?
Toastmaster Shanik, you'll have to call out names because I doubt it. You can pick up randomly one.
We are like 5-6 people. So Toastmaster, let me start our guest. So to be Toastmaster, Aryan, would you like to let us know what is that one wish list that you see or that you wanted to achieve? You are on mute. I can't hear you.
So one thing which I like to pursue is that I actually from long time I'm wishing to join some gym and to continue my sport activities which have been long been abandoned by me due to some life constraints. So I would like to continue them back. So that's one thing I'm trying to focus to so that I can give a better so that I can give my health some better. That's the one thing.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate you. You are in Toastmasters meeting today. You have taken that initiative where you wanted to join that platform for a long time. In spite being a Saturday morning, you are here. So you have already checked that box, and thank you so much for that. And for my fellow Toastmasters as well, who are here for a very long time, but they have elevated themselves. Some are already at officer's role. And for people like us who have recently joined, we wanted ourselves to elevate it to the next level to achieve the purpose of joining this club. So before I move forward on this topic further, I would like to remind each one of you what is the purpose of this Toastmaster Club and how the meeting is structured for the today's meeting. The whole purpose of this club to make you comfortable and get out of your comfort zone where you can learn about effective communication, public speaking. We all have been longing for this. We know what are our shortcomings, and that is the platform. This platform provides you that capability where you can get out of your comfort zone, learn an effective communication that can elevate your level. The meeting is structured in 3 different sections. where the first is the general prepared speeches. In prepared speeches, the members delivered a prepared speeches in a span of 5 to 7 minutes, which are being coached by a mentor. The second part is table topic, where we speak on impromptu topics. These impromptu topics gives you a feeler where you can talk about any topic that enhance your thinking capabilities. Lot of the times we are sitting in between the group of the people where they are talking on something. And when we have been asked to speak on, we are totally blank because we don't know what to speak on. We are not prepared. Our mind is not processing that. So this session gives you that flexibility and a platform where you can enhance your thinking capability and do a impromptu speaking. The last but not the least, a very important section, which is the evaluation section that tells us what are our improvement areas. So today we are changing a bit of a format where we are not doing the prepared speeches and we'll be doing the table topics. So I would like to call upon the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Anshul.
Toastmaster Shauna, get to hand it over to G, that is me, to introduce the evaluation section.
Uh, okay. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Anshuman to speak on his role as a general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shaunak. And I am going to be the general evaluator for today morning. The role of a general evaluator is to evaluate the meeting as a whole and also provide evaluation to each one of us of how we performed our respective roles today morning. And I'm not alone in this. I have Toastmaster Jaswant, who's going to be the language evaluator for today morning, and the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Disha, who's going to evaluate all our table topics very carefully and is going to give us feedback on how we performed in table topics today morning. So first of all, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Jaswant to share what he'll be doing as a language evaluator today morning. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaswant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. Uh, my name is Jaswant. So I'm playing a language relator role today. So one of the benefits of joining Toastmasters to improve your communication skills. So today, as a language relator, uh, I will keep on watch of communication on each and every speaker during the meeting. I will keep watching some filler words, these kind of words. Also, some of the good and not good words, uh, and also the some grammatical, sentences. I will keep a lot. Also, on last and least, I will submit my report end of the meeting once call upon the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Jaswant. And if you want, you can add a word of the day of your choice for us to use in the meeting. Any favorite word of yours which comes top of your mind, which you want us to use.
Spectacular. That's
Spectacular.
it. Spectacular. Yeah.
All right. Word of the day is spectacular. All right. And what do you think spectacular means?
It's all always like when you look into the when you feel grateful or when you feel like encourage yourself, then we always use spectacular. I think I'm right down there. The exact word I don't know about that. The exact meaning.
Yeah, I searched the dictionary for that. Even I don't know the exact.
So spectacular is amazing, a synonym of
Uh,
amazing or a great. Exhibit unusual feeling in a
Mild.
positive sense. In a positive sense.
Leave
Hello.
Toastmaster once, Toastmaster Bank, but It's spectacular. Toastmaster Mayank has been able to join today's meeting. So whenever you
Yes.
got to play, we have to do a thumbs up. And should we shadow ban Toastmaster Mayank? Is there one place beside like hospital he joins, Singapore he joins? Where are you, Toastmaster Mayank?
I'm by the Singapore Zoo. Hello, everybody. Hello,
Hello,
So
Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Mayank.
that's our member come guest Toastmaster Mayank.
So we have Singapore Darshan in the list today.
Singapore Dutch. All right, Toastmaster Mayank. Uh, please feel free to join or drop off, I'm presuming. But anyhow, Toastmaster Disha, if you'd like to introduce the role of language evaluator for today morning.
Mm. Thank you, General Evaluator. So I am the table topic evaluator today since the format is quite changed. So the table topics will be reviewed very thoroughly today. So all of us will be given table topics, and it is a kind of marathon in table topics. That is what we are expecting in this spectacular meeting today, in the time of this long weekend and the festive season. So I will be evaluating each and everyone who is talking on the table topic. So the table topics would be in the time limit of 1 to 2 minutes and a grace period of 30 seconds more. So I'll be evaluating how you are speaking and how are your hand gestures, body language, and the other things while these table topics. So thank you. And at the end of this meeting, when I would be called upon, I will be presenting my report. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anshu.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Disha, and I'll also be playing the role of timer in today's meeting. So whenever on your screen you see a green card, which is at 1 minute, and yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes, you know that you have to start wrapping up. So you can target keeping the middle of your speech around 1 minute and wrapping up by 2 minutes. All the best, everyone. I look forward to an amazing meeting. And we also had guest Toastmaster Aryan Chopra joining. So welcome, Aryan. Look forward to all of us practicing table topic today morning. Over to you, Toastmaster Shaunak, to take it away.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman. May I like to call upon Toastmaster Anshul, who is the table topic master of today, to decide to give us the table topics and invite the participants. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
My audio is clear. Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, all Toastmasters and guests. I believe we have two guests joining us today. My role today is of the Toastmaster, table topic master, and I'll be conducting this exercise. So, since we have plenty of time today, due to unusual circumstances, I guess the time is enough for everyone to get a chance to speak. Since there are only 8 and 9 of us, everyone should be speaking today. So this exercise is called table topics. The idea is to simulate real life situations where, when you meet strangers or you're meeting someone for the first time, you have to think on your feet and come up with ideas and, get your thoughts together, which I'm not able to at the moment. Get your thoughts together and then speak at that point. So,
may I like to interrupt you, Toastmaster Anshul, though your voice is audible, but it's echoing a bit.
okay.
Is it just with me or even the others have the same feeling?
Clear to me, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Right, it's just echoing a bit. I mean, if it's because of your headphones.
Okay. It might be because of that.
Okay.
I think I'll just hand it over to the next, the speaker, and I'll try to figure out what the problem is.
No problem.
That's okay.
But you're very much audible.
Okay. So I would like to call upon the speaker if there is a volunteer, someone would like to go first.
So, Manshul, nobody will volunteer for table topics. You'll have to pick a random.
Okay, then can I call Toastmaster Anshuman, please, if you'd like to go first?
Okay. Okay, I put myself in the spot, is it?
Yes. Today, everyone gets to be.
Right, fair enough.
Okay. Topic I want to give you is, please share a time in your life where you were able to reinvent yourself, and how did you do it?
Reinventing myself has been an activity which at times has been my choice. At times, life has just thrown at me that Anshuman, you have to necessarily reinvent yourself. There have been multiple phases when I try to reinvent myself, and when life throwed challenges at me when I had to reinvent myself. And to think about it, it is when life threw challenges at me, I was most successful at reinventing myself than when I myself try to reinvent myself. So I'll give you examples. So the first example is pursuing a career. So when I thought about my career in childhood, I was thoroughly confused because, as with traditional family and parents, some asked me to become a doctor, some asked me to become an engineer. My family did not have any chartered accountants or folks from arts or commerce background, so I was stuck to the science category. Thus, my default career choice became doctor or engineer. So I took both mathematics and biology in my 11th and 12th, only to decide that both are not to my liking. So I did take the coaching for becoming a doctor, then left it all to pursue arts. I pursued English honors after taking up science and biology, only to learn in my first class in English honors that I was not cut out for it, because my classmates were all literature intellectuals who had read all the Shakespearean poetry and 12th century or whichever century Chaucer. And I was the one when my professor asked me, Anshuman, what is your favorite genre? I've shared it before. I became blank because I did not know the meaning of genre. But since others had already gone before me, so I could get the hint that something to do with say romantic fiction or literature fiction. Then also I did not know the answer. I don't know what my answer was, but definitely I realized 3 years I have made a mistake. I did not know what to do. But first reinvention came then, that I started the placement cell, the quiz society. I started magazine in the college, and eventually learned a lot of skills from it, which eventually helped me pursue MBA as an option and helped me get into the company of my choice. So this reinvention was a force that came to my life where I was clueless about my career. I was forced to make decisions. I took the next best decision possible and landed in a place of my choice. I am very curious how you shaped up your life as table topics progress. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshul.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman. It was quite interesting to learn, and I hope inspiring to everyone. So, can I call upon our guest, Aryan Patel, please, if you'd like to speak next?
Yes.
Can you speak on, let's say, is there a book or a movie that has inspired you to, and a book about reinventing? Can you please talk about a book or a movie that has inspired you?
Reinventing myself.
Yes, a movie about reinventing, and this.
Movie. So one of the movie like that, there's one of the movies which I really liked about reinventing myself, I can say is Three Idiots, and sometimes is Three Idiots. I would per se that because at when it released in 2009 or 10, I was not that much interested in that movie. Why was this movie and what all was that? But after that it progressed. But when I grown up around 16, 17, I was in my 11th going for my JEE and all. I was seeing that movie and I kind of relate to that situation and what kind of pressure our parents are. I was seeing my environment of my environment, my friends' stories about how their parents are saying what to choose, what to do next, and what they want to do. So Three Idiots kind of inspired me, kind of reinvent yourself so that you don't go into the rat race around the world, like going engineering, then go for good placement and go for good wife, good life partner, like the rat race in the world. So try to so it gives me, so the movie has given me actually a what I can say is that a choice to improve myself, so that I to improve myself on my skills, so that if I want to do something if I want to do something, then then it should be of my choice, and it so and I could do good in that. And also I always believe that if you are doing something and it's if you're not interested in something, then it's your responsibility to be or not part of it. So I really see that that Three Idiots movie has inspired me to reinvent myself about my thinking. So okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster guest Aryan. That happens to be one of my favorite movies as well. And, you know, that one and similar movies have played a very big part in my life as well. So, can I call upon Toastmaster Wade, please, if you would like to go next?
Yeah.
Um, can you speak about how do you motivate yourself when you want to reinvent yourself? How do you motivate yourself?
How do I motivate myself when I want to reinvent myself? So to answer that question, I believe that motivation, some motivation has some expiry date, and when you want to extend the motivation for further, is that when I got to read on from multiple books, that system takes you much longer. So whenever I want to reinvent myself, whenever I want to do something with all my heart, I try to move towards building systems and practice habits in place so that I can move towards that goal. And so far, it has helped me, but many times I find very difficult to motivate myself even though the system in place for that I'm still trying to figure out how can you uh, do something when you really want to do but you are not maybe like you are still learning it. So for example, these days I'm trying to learn swimming, and but despite my all the hard work, I'm finding it very difficult to learn. And but the motivation is something is that there is a desire to learn that. That is something uh, that is something I want to do, and that is helping me to go further. And maybe sometime after I will learn swimming. So that's it for today's table topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wade. I agree. Sometimes it's very difficult to find motivation, especially to achieve something as great as reinventing yourself. It can be very challenging. Yes. Thank you. Um, can I call upon Toastmaster Shaunak, please, if you'd like to?
Hello, Toastmaster Anshul.
Hi, Toastmaster Shaunak. So, can you? I mean, I don't want to. I think it should be a very complicated topic. But can you talk about failure and when you're trying to achieve, or when you're trying to reinvent oneself? How does what do we learn from failures, and how do we learn from and go forward and achieve our targets?
I believe every successful person who is successful today has a lot of failures at his back. Be it you, be it me, where we are today, we have a lot of failures in our back. And I won't call that as a failure. Those failures have taught us where we were wrong in achieving where are we today. And as we progress, we do things, we'll again see a lot of failures. But that failure give us a platform to enhance our capabilities, to tell us where we were wrong and what are the improvement areas, so that that can lay a foundation for the next step. As a person, I have seen a lot of failures in my life, still face challenges in a lot of areas. And joining Toastmaster was one of the major decisions, knowing what are the improvement areas. As a person or as an individual, there are very less chances to achieve success on first go. Either you are exceptionally brilliant, where you have complete understanding on the topic you are putting your hands into, and your stars are bright and conditions are totally in your favor. I believe those are certain scenarios where you can get the success in first go, but that will not be the case every time. So success is a final journey, but the entire journey where we see a lot of failures, but I take that as a lesson. I take that as a learning, and that makes you more mature in achieving the end result. So with that, I end my topic today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. It's true, failure is a very big part of that journey. Am I audible now? Is it fine?
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
you're
I'm
audible.
having some. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I call upon our guest, Aril Chopra?
Yeah.
So Aril, if you were given a chance to change your career, how would you go about it? What is it that you would do if you wished to do it now or in the future?
If I was given a chance to renew my career, to change my career, I would choose to endeavor into a field that interests me that I maybe know nothing about. I have a lot of interests in creativity, in engineering, and in things like carpentering, things like trade work, which for which you need to be very expert to do them. And I know nothing about it. I'm an arts person. I'm a psychology, degree. I'm doing a psychology degree. I don't know anything about science and all that, but I have an interest in it nevertheless. And so, if I was to reinvent myself and change my career, I would choose to begin at the start and begin as an intern to someone who is already experienced in the field. And I would choose to humble myself by recognizing that I don't know anything, that I'm new to the field, and that I need to start from zero if I need to reinvent and learn everything that I need to learn had I started in this career in the first place. Career switching is a good choice in terms of if you change your career, you can acknowledge that there is something else that you want more, and you put yourself and you force yourself to do it, and so you're not forced to continue doing something that you don't like. And that's why career is a thing that you should always ensure is something that whatever you're doing is what you want to do, because you're doomed to do it. You have to do it for all of your life essentially. And so if you're not doing something that you like, then your life is going to be miserable, and it is your responsibility to change your career towards something that you want to do. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Can I please call upon Toastmaster Disha? If you like to do it. So can you please speak about the role of family and friends and how important that would be if you're, if you're trying to reinvent yourself? What is the role of your family?
Okay. So my friends and my family has always been there besides me whenever I had some hardships or whenever I had good times. So they have always reinvented me. Indeed, while you were giving the table topics to everyone, I was just thinking about my friend who helped me in reinventing myself. So initially, while I was in my school and college, I was a very shy person. So after my once I did my garment export merchandising and management course from NIFT Gandhinagar, Arvind hired me from there. There was a campus placement, and I was hired by Arvind uh, to become the marketing merchandiser. And there I came across one of the persons who had joined just a few days after I had joined in. So I was sitting on my desk, being a very shy and nice kind of person, and coming into this merchandising profession was very different for me. I used to speak very less. So this person, she sat beside me, she came for an induction, and I had to tell her a few things about what I do and how do we do things over here. So what happened was one of the QC quality control people came in and he started shouting on me for something. And I just heard it. He went off. And then this person, this girl who had come for the induction, she told me, he shouted on you. Didn't you realize that? He insulted you. And then I realized, oh, really? Is that so? And from that day onwards, I became the real merchandiser. I never listened to people. I always had something to say if I had somebody who had been, telling me something which was not right. So, yeah, and this girl, she became a friend of mine, and she is Parita, and she's still my best friend, and she helped me out in reinventing myself. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Anshul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Disha. That was quite an interesting story, and especially I can resonate with it. I was also such a child, and I realize it's very. It's. I'm glad that your friend was able to help you out. Thank you. Can we go to Toastmaster just one? Can you speak? Can you please speak about a role model in your life who has perhaps gone through a reinvention themselves, or has inspired you to go through a reinvention? Any role model in your life?
Uh, Role model, everybody has their own role model who looked into the, who choose, you choose the role model where you want to go, or you have to, you wanted to be. So my role model is when I joined corporate life. uh, so when I started my work in Bharti Airtel, so I met a guy who was heading the entire operations there. So, so I have seen his in his day-to-day life, in his personal life as well, and he has managed so well. So I inspired myself. Uh, I, I I have compared myself into that guy. So he has, a spectacular things to do in life. So I really encourage myself that definitely I wanted to be, and I will definitely choose myself into those kind of where I can prove myself. So he has been he always been given a tough task. He took tough task yourself himself. I mean, so when I was the trainee on on uh, on the uh, on the site, so I have seen a lot of ups and downs, and he has managed so well. So he was a role model for me, and now we are connected till now, and he has helped me a lot during the the process until yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Just one. I'm sorry I was not able to hear properly. I think it was an issue with either my speaker or I was not able to actually catch it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Am I audible to all?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Do you want to try without the earphones? Do you want to try just? Are you logged in from your mobile? Is it?
I am, yes.
Yeah. Do you want to try without the earphones? That may also help. Like
But I'm
directly.
able to hear everyone else. Just,
Okay. Got it.
I think we just.
Yeah, I think we are also able to hear you. So might be just an anomaly for one second. We have another guest who has joined, Piyush. Piyush, are you there? It's confirming.
Yeah, I'm there. Hi
Will
guys.
you be able to
Sorry, I
open?
just joined late.
No worries. Will you be able to open up your video?
Yeah, I might be, but the bed I'm in my bedroom, the background might be.
No, that's fine. You can use your
All right.
wall.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, over to you, Toastmaster.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I think we've covered everyone, isn't it? Or
yeah, Piyush is remaining. So we have Piyush.
So you can share a table topic for Piyush as well.
Okay. 1 second. Just give me. So, Toastmaster Piyush, isn't it? Like, have you attended sessions before, or is this the first
No,
time?
this is my first session, and I I was actually just suggested by somebody that just join this, and it might help you a little bit in networking and getting hold of your stage fear and things like that.
I see. Okay, so this is the topic of the day is reinventing yourself, and we are going through this round, which is called table topics.
Okay.
Where you'll be given a topic and you have to speak for at least 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
So,
and what is the topic? Just reinvention or something particular in that?
Yes, so I'll give you a topic. Why don't you talk about any instance of your life when you have been able to reinvent yourself?
Okay. Okay. Okay, so it might be a little vague. So I'm actually trying to do that right now. So if I talk about myself, I have spent a lot of years in manufacturing, and I've spent around, I think, 8 years into manufacturing. And then during COVID, I faced a lot of losses, and then I had to shut down the business. And thankfully, one of my clients was graceful enough to take over the business, and he really helped me, set off all my debt. And I come from a middle class family, and I had, I think, debt somewhere around 2 CR, which was a really high amount for me. And given that I had just started the business 2 years back, so that guy took over the business, and it also helped me save some money for trying to look into what I can do next. And I started having some mental health issues as well. So manufacturing was a no-go for me, because every time I'll enter even something remote to a manufacturing, I'll just have anxiety, and I'll start panicking that, okay, this is gonna mess up again, this is gonna be bad again. So that's when I decided, let's just leave the country. And I went to the UK, and I did a master's over there. And just recently, yesterday only, I came back. So I'm going through the process, doing a BBA back in 2011 to, now trying to be a data analyst, and let's see how this reinvention goes on. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I actually answered how you wanted me to answer or not.
No, this is perfect.
Yep.
Best of luck
Thank
towards your
you.
goal. I
Thank
hope you
you.
achieve it.
Best wishes, Piyush.
Thank you.
So can I hand it over back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shaunak, please?
Toastmaster,
Thank
do you want to give a topic to Toastmaster Anshul also for him to practice?
Perfect.
Someone should.
Toastmaster Anshul,
Yes.
as part of reinvention, what is the thing that you wanted to do, or where you want to see in next few months?
In the next few months.
Yeah.
Okay. So very much like, so thank you for the topic. Pretty much like most people here, I'm also going through a reinvention. And I have been in a career, a seagoing career for most of my life. And now I'm trying to reinvent my career, which also involves reinventing myself. There are so many things that that I had learned and have to unlearn to try and get into this new line. Because there has been, let's call it an inertia. The way of doing things that I had was a certain way, and now I have to learn it in a very different way. That inertia has to be stopped, and I have to learn to do things in a very different way. Because I've been a sea person all my life, and now I'm learning how to be on land. I'm trying to learn how to work on land and how to deal with people on land. So that's one thing that I'm trying to reinvent, and it has its own challenges. And but it's a very, I'm finding it very interesting. It's very, the process is very, it's very rewarding. So that's one thing that I would like to change and I would like to achieve in the next few months.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshul. So let's bring another change in the format today. Let's have a group discussion on reinvention. What are the areas or what are the new things that each one of you like to try? And I'm not going for a long futuristic target. Let's see what we can achieve in next few months. Because when we set the targets for too long, we might lose the interest, or we lose our paths on the way. So let's do something which we foresee in next few months and which we are really looking forward for. So let me start with myself. Apart from excelling myself in the Toastmaster and improving my public speaking skills, I'm also trying to develop a habit of reading. This is something one.
Yes, Toastmaster Sean, please continue.
So this is something I was really looking forward, but then I had my own excuses. I was busy in my own stuff and my own fantasies. But eventually, I thought I have to start it someday. And there is no right time or wrong time to start it. This is the time. Get a grip of your own life if you really want to improve, if you really want to excel in your life. We all know our shortcomings. What are our shortcomings? We know what are our gray areas. If we really wanted to improve that, that's the time. So I start reading those books. I set up the small targets, starting with 10 pages a day, because I know myself, my problem is sitting. I cannot have a sitting for or a attention span of more than 15-20 minutes. So I set the small targets where I started reading 10 pages every day. And with time, if the book I'm reading or if the topic is interesting, I sat the whole day and I finished a book in just one day. And today also, if I'm free, I just try to read new books, books which are not fictional, but also inspirational. If I talk about an inspirational movie, I recently saw was Chandu Champion. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie, but if you have not, I really recommend go and watch that. It will be a turning point for you, whereas you will see the person who is physically disabled, he has done wonders, and he was the first person who has won the gold medal for India. The other another good thing about that movie, the person I'm talking about, and I won't disclose more on that. I really want you all to see that movie. He tried his hand in almost everything, from because he was a sportsman. So he tried a lot of things. He tried to he excelled in most of it. So we all have some aspirations in life, but we have our own comfort zone, be it job, be it your own role which you are into. I suggest try new things. We all speak to people who have similar interest of ours. Why don't you try and speak to people who are 180 degree of yours, who have different uh, taste or hobbies? Why don't you talk to them? Maybe that will give you a different perspective and come out of your own comfort zone. We all change materialistic things around us. We try to eat different food, try different gadgets. But when it comes to bringing changes in ourselves, we don't want to get out of the comfort zone. So let's break that monotony. Let's promise ourselves that we'll try everything new way, every day. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Disha to also share her thought on this.
Okay, great.
Or
So
maybe
like
we
all
can
of us,
No,
Toastmasters.
so Disha will call another
yeah,
person. So
No, no,
this will,
sorry. Toastmasters, if I can add,
yeah,
uh,
sure, Toastmaster.
we can keep it open ended, right?
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
Like we can build upon each other's thoughts. There's a lot of interesting ideas came out of table topic, and we look to be in that Saturday morning inertia. So this will get us out of that inertia, and the amazing topic that you have, the base that you've set up. Maybe we can just add to each other's thoughts and
Exactly.
replicate the offline environment,
Yeah.
at least for today and next meeting.
And I
Sorry.
would also like people to share their hobbies so that we can connect. And if we have some areas where I can see Toastmaster Anshuman has some hobbies, and I'm really looking forward in those areas, that will open a new channel for us, and vice versa.
Definitely. Sorry, Toastmaster Disha, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just adding on to what Toastmaster Shaunak said. So, as all of us were discussing, even I am in the mode of reinventing myself right now. So, in last few years, I had been running here and there, and having a very strict calendar, even on Saturdays or Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays, the entire week. So, from last few days, I have decided to slow down, like slow down considerably, not to push myself, whatever is the time, whatever is happening around the world. Some people are running, some people are behind. I don't want to look at that. And in that, adding to that, I am reading a book which is things things you will know when you would slow down. It is by Hameen Sini. Very beautiful book. Like it is very small book, but then it little thicker one, and has a lot of pictures, but then very few words. He has explained so many things, very simple things that generally we do not, take care of. Like we are in so much of competition. Like one of the things that I read in that particular book was he had written a statement that, when you are in a group or when you are amongst a lot of people, it is not that everybody would like you, and it is absolutely okay that people don't like you. There would be some who would like you, some would not like you. And that is how it is supposed to be. See, if everyone had the similar point of view, then world would not look as beautiful as it is today. I mean, these are a couple of things that I am learning right now and trying to reinvent. I am really thankful to Toastmaster Shaunak that he has come up with this particular theme. And yeah, this is it from my end. Anybody else would like to add upon over here? Most welcome.
Yeah, one thing I'm like curious to know from us is like the thought came is one that when one reinvention is when life throws things at you. One is proactive reinvention. Like now reflecting, my proactive reinvention has been lesser than say life throwing challenges at me and forcing me to reinvent myself. So is that the case with you all? Have you like proactively reinvented yourself, or
No, I believe Toastmaster Anshuman. Sorry.
is Toastmaster
Sorry.
Piyush? Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. So I think it's fair that we change ourselves when the situation arises, and I was as Shaunak said, I was also trying to develop the habit of reading, and I have a really short attention span. So what I tend to try and do is I focus on video content more, like if somebody's summarizing a book or something. So I don't really remember this book, but from what you just said, Anshuman, I think we have this tendency that what path we are trying to take, it should be a difficult path. It should be filled with challenges. But I think sometimes it's okay to take the path which has been traveled a lot, right? I mean, it's rather than just focusing on, okay, yeah, I'm changing myself because now I have to. I think if the situation arises that we have to change ourselves, I think what I'm trying to do is myself is that try to make the best of it. Like uh, in 2022, I had to start reinventing my career again, and then when I decided to go abroad and study, I also decided that this is high time now, Piyush. This career part of your life has been forced by the circumstances. Other things you can add on to that. So what I did was I really tried to improve upon my health. I got really unfit during COVID, and it is, I think we, as Shaunak was saying, we really like to get in our comfort zones. And I had a accident back in 2012, which I still, would subconsciously blame that, oh, you're unfit, you can't do it, you can't do it. But then when I started, let's change everything about yourself as much as you can and as much as you want to. So that's when I started to get active. And in the first year of that process, I lost around 20 kgs. And that was with eating more. It was not to crash diets or anything. I was eating like 4 meals a day and just being active and just not thinking that, okay, my knees have gone bad, I can't do that. Rather than I'll just try to focus on something else. And I think coming back to it, I think reinvention or improving ourselves any which way, even if it is through circumstances, if it is through our own will, I think it's as long as we are changing, evolving, and we're liking the process, I think it's good. That's, I think, my addition to what you guys are talking.
And
Right.
just want a small addition before I set the stage for others to speak. So Toastmaster Anshuman, coming to your point, whether that's a obvious thing where I'll tell you the reason for that, or maybe I know. So few years back, I got a crazy idea to learn Chinese language. I enrolled to a Chinese class, and I used to have that class once in a week for 4 hours. I paid everything, and for initial few days, I was sincere. But then I lost that interest because if I would have learned Chinese, there was no one with whom I can speak or communicate in Chinese. So when you set I mean, your own reinventing ideas, you might not get enough support where you can make use of that reinvention. Whereas when it's been forced upon us, we know where we have to use it. So let's take an example of Toastmasters Club. This was always in my back of my head that I have to start learning or get out of my comfort zone until or unless it really kicked my back and I was forced upon to find a platform rigorously. And with the improvements coming in, that's reflecting in my day-to-day job. So I am using this learning not only in this forum where I myself see the improvement in every class, but I see the outcome as well in my job, day-to-day job. If this would have not been the motivation, I know what if I will not do this, what will happen? Because when you do things for your own, as per your own ideas or try to reinvent things, maybe you not find a connect how to reuse that thing or where it will help you. And that's the reason most of the time it lose the essence.
Yes, so much, Ronald. Definitely. Thank you for sharing. Like, does anyone have a example of when one dreamed big and achieved that dream for the long run? So, for example, Toastmasters, Anshul, did you plan your merchant navy career? Did you dream of it and worked hard towards it and achieve that dream, or did it happen to you accidentally that one day you saw an advertisement and then
No, actually, I was following my dad's footsteps. He has been a sailor all his life. That's what I have seen, and it attracted me, and I joined it. But that wasn't a long-term goal for me. If I have to speak about a long-term goal, something that I don't know if I can achieve or not, is opening a zoo or a wildlife sanctuary, like mine own. Of course, I'll allow people to come in and look at the animals, but it would be something that I would like to manage. That's one of my wild dreams. And if anyone else has that sort of similar interest, we can share. Is there anyone here who likes wildlife or hiking or spending time in nature?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Can
I've
we
started to
have a
like it.
meeting? Oh,
Sure.
you have also.
yeah,
Can we have one of our
the
meetings in a wildlife park someday?
So
so we
not
have the
One
team out
Toastmasters?
handy Toastmasters. Anshul, you are the team out for the next meeting. With the theme
Okay.
wildlife nature, that is
and we have the theme also decided.
you have your theme already.
Oh,
I'll put like
wonderful.
wildlife animals in the poster too this time.
So I won't say specifically animals as in,
Okay.
though I have been to African safari as well. So yeah, but effectively, if you ask me that, I've been looking for animals or out of a passion, that's something not. But yes, I like to explore the natural trails in spite of going to fancy restaurants.
Same. Very similar. What other?
So I
Yes.
prefer to go to, I don't know how many of you have been to Leopard Trail.
I
It's,
haven't. I want to go there. It's very near to Gurgaon.
yeah, it's very near to Gurgaon and it's a green trail for almost like 3 to 4 kilometers. Very scenic during the rainy season where you can go and gorge on parathas and the street food there. They have small thelas standing over there. And the feel is very nice where you have a windy breeze and it's all green around. So it's a beautiful experience.
I think this must be a very nice. The weather is perfect for that location.
Exactly.
This weather today.
Yeah. So our guest today, Aryan or Ayan, would you like to share your experience on this, this reinvention topic that we are discussing today?
Yeah, I think I think many people have mentioned that they're in a mode of trying to reinvent themselves. But it sort of seems like maybe if you are the sort of person who's reinventing themselves, then you're always in the phase of reinventing yourself. And I think uh, Toastmaster Anshuman mentioned something about sometimes life forces you to reinvent yourself, and sometimes you choose to reinvent yourself, and there's a difference. But I think it's better when you choose to do so, despite what you mentioned about trying to learn Chinese, because if you were trying to choose change your career, for example, would you rather choose to change your career or just have your field, your industry just fall apart and just completely be destroyed and then have to change your career? Because I think there's a difference.
No, learning Chinese was my personal choice
Yeah,
because I
I know.
wanted to be proficient in any third language. And that could have helped me in my future as well. We never know. I mean, I could have make a career out of that, but that was not in my mind at that point in time.
Yeah, I think the point you were trying to mention is that you chose to make that change and you were not committed enough to that change, and so you were not able to, carry it on for a long enough time.
No, actually, what I was saying that if I would have learned Chinese, people around me doesn't know Chinese. So where would have I have made use of that learning a new language? I mean, if okay, I would have learned Chinese by going to the classes, but if I'm not interacting with people around me,
Yeah.
I will not be able to make use of that.
So if you were in a sort of situation where you were sort of forced to move to China, then you would be able to learn Chinese much better.
Yes, I mean that I will be forced upon to learn a local language because then I cannot communicate with people in my language. So that's what I was saying, that until or unless things will have not been forced upon you, because they are based on the circumstances which automatically kicks you to reinvent yourself. Otherwise, you will not fit into that framework.
Yeah.
To fit into that framework, you have to bring changes in yourself, and that's what I was pointing out to. In majority of the changes, we only come out of our comfort zone until or unless life tells us or gives us a reason to do so. So if you are in a job where you are getting a good salary, you're happy with your work, you will not look out for a change until or unless some unfavorable conditions will happen that will force you to look outside your existing organization. And I think that's very much the case with everyone. We only start reinventing things when things become unfavorable.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Aryan, you like to share
Yes.
your experience?
Yes, I would like. I so mostly I've heard about have heard about from you all guys that about the forced reinvention like the life has given you. So I would like my share my experience about my proactive reinvention or my or you can say a coincidental reinvention, whichever you like to infer after telling after telling that. In 2020, in around COVID, I actually started learning. I started focusing on English language. Just don't know why to improve my English language. So I started So I started working on my language part and grammar part, and started reading books actually because of one of my father's friend who I have who I who I was recently contacted with, Mr. Narula. So I started reading books actually at that time, in since COVID, uh, and that habit, I don't know why I got that habit of reading books. I started reading books and I constantly read that books for my college life. But I didn't know where it will help this reading habit also. But when in my campus placement, I was from a CS background, so I was thought that I will get a technical job. But in my campus placement, I didn't secure a technical job. I secured a somewhat of a non-technical job. So my job profile is currently as a patent analyst. So in patent analyst, mostly my work goes around reading the patents, and patent pages can range from 6 pages to like 100 pages or 200 pages. So like that reading habit of mine has actually actually benefited me in my current profile. So it doesn't know where it will help you, but my reading habit has seriously helped me in this current job profile. So yeah.
Glad to hear that, to be Toastmaster Aryan. And before we move on to the next evaluation section, I would like to Toastmaster just want to also share his insights on this topic if he has something to contribute.
Definitely. Uh, Toastmasters, and there are a lot of insights I got to know. I think I need to reinvent myself in a lot of things. Uh, in past few years, I only work only. I mean, I haven't reinvented myself into the things which I need to improve myself. I was running throughout the the corporate life. Uh, I think this is very insightful. I mean, things which I got to know that reinventing yourself. That this is very helpful to uh, to make your path or make yourself into the situation where you wanted to. So thank you so much for coming to this session. Also, I want to reinvent myself into the financial health. So which I never never worked on upon, never worked upon it. So yeah, I have recently I have brought a book, Learn to Earn. So I'm reading this book right away, and I will share the thoughts later on once I finish the book. So this is very interesting part that definitely I will consider myself into the event in new things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jaswant. With this, we'll call the table topic session as end, and I would like to call upon the evaluators today to share their.
All right, thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shaunak, for that engaging session on reinventing ourselves. I think all of us ended up reflecting and reinventing ourselves as we shared our thoughts on reinvention. But as things go, feedback is one of the key mechanisms to reinvent ourselves of how we perform today morning and how we can improve ourselves for future meetings. For that, first of all, I'd like to invite the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Disha, to share her insights and feedback on how we performed in table topic today morning. Over to you, Toastmaster Disha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. So we'll take up the feedbacks one by one, starting with Toastmaster Anshuman. While his delivery of table topics, as always, he has been quite engaging. He always has a story to tell which engages everybody from the start of his table topic to the end, the conclusion of the table topic. He keeps us hooked. One of the things that can be added over here is the indeed not added but subtracted is lot of hand gestures. Hand gestures can be controlled, especially I've seen this while the online meetings. Offline it is generally okay. So hand gestures in the online meeting can be controlled, though they have to be there, but then in a very controlled manner. Overall, the table topic from your end went well, had a good start, body, and end. So kudos to you. Then we come to guest Aryan Patel. So guest Aryan Patel might have encountered the table topic for the first time. So kudos to you that you took that very spottily. You had a very good structure while you were talking. So you also had, like, in spite of not knowing what a table topic, how a table topic has to be delivered, but you had an introduction, you had a body, you had a closure of what all you were speaking. Something that can be added over here is the intonation part. Like you would have heard Toastmaster Shaunak. He has a little bit of ups and downs while he speaks. So you'll get to learn more about intonations and the other things that can be added while you speak once you become the part of the Toastmaster group, this club or any other club that you would like to join. So you'll get those feedbacks which you can incorporate down the line. Overall, you had a very good flow in your speech. You were very confident while you were speaking. So, hats off. Okay. Now we come to Toastmaster Ved's evaluation. So, he, as always, has a good structure while he talks. He had even given the examples during his table topic speech that, how he is currently reinventing himself, what all he is doing. So, which is a very good part. One of the things that he can curtail is when he started with the table topics, the eye movements, there was no eye contact. So, eye contact has to be there. One has to look in the camera when we are online. So, at times, the thing that we all can learn is once we are given the table topic, we always like think like this. So what we can do is we can either initially take some time to think about the topic, like a few seconds, which are always given while table topics, and then we can start talking. So that will have more of eye contact with the audience. Overall, his table topic speech had a wonderful flow. So that was it for the Toastmaster Ved. Toastmaster Shaunak, you always have flow while you speak. You are always confident while you are speaking, and you are fluent also. One of the things as a feedback would be, like I have seen when you were uh, speaking about while as a TMOD or in the group discussions, your eye movements were not curtailed and even hand gestures were not curtailed. So, but then while table topics, you had a few eye closures, so which can be, curtailed. You can see the video later on, and you can add more of the hand gestures while speaking. Otherwise, overall, in terms of confidence, flow, structure, everything good.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Toastmaster Nisha.
Then we come to guest to be Toastmaster RN Chopra. Aryan, I have seen you since last few meetings, and you have always been very confident, even if you have to talk in the table topics or in general during the discussions. So that is a very good part. What can be learnt upon for you and for the other members over here as well is the intonation part. Again, you will also have to add the intonations, and we learn about it. I think Toastmaster Anshuman had done one of the sessions on intonation earlier. I would request Toastmaster Anshuman to do it again for all of us, because now we have a bigger team as a club. So that would be quite helpful, because in general we can always learn the body part, the structure part of the speech, or the voice variation part and everything. But then intonation is something that can be added for everybody's speaking skill betterment. So that is there. Otherwise, um, uh, to be Toastmaster RN Chopra, you had a good flow while you were speaking. You were confident. Your vocabulary is great. So yeah, intonation is something that can be worked on. Then we come to Toastmaster Jaswant. So Toastmaster Jaswant, again, he always has a story to tell. We get hooked to the stories. One of the things that can be added is whenever you start during the table topics. So it is so this is a feedback. When you start with a table topic, it is always slow, but then you really pick up well till the end of the topic. So that's a wonderful thing. Uh, you can also work upon the intonation part. Filler words is something that the more we will practice, the more we'll get them to be avoided. Overall, the one very good thing about you is there is a very good eye contact that is there. You generally don't look up or here or there, so which is a very good thing. It keeps the audience engaging. So that's about Toastmaster Jaswant while his table topics. Then we come to guest Piyush. So guest Piyush, again, this must have been your first ever table topic, because you would have been first time in the Toastmasters Club. So
Yep.
kudos to you. The way you shared
you.
your story was very encouraging. I mean, it is very, it takes a lot of courage to be so open in front of the audience, and be so open about whatever you are talking. So kudos to you. You obviously, like others, like Toastmaster Anshuman and Toastmaster Shaunak and others, you had a very good flow while you were talking. there were some filler words like us, that were being used more, ands and all, which will be curtailed the more you practice. But as the first speech, it was a great table topic speech. You kept the audience engaged. I think everybody went through your story. So that was a very wonderful thing about it. So that was about guest Piyush. Toastmaster Anshul. Toastmaster Anshul has a very strong and bold voice. So, which is, I mean, I really like to hear him whenever he speaks. So, that is one of the wonderful things. He is always fluent. He speaks very well. He has a hold on the language. Again, intonation is something that can be worked upon, like highs and lows while we are speaking. So, which will happen with practice. And once we have somebody to train, like all of us need to learn on the intonation part, particularly like how to, like some of the expression part or intonation part that can be added for further improvement. So that is it from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anshu.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Disha. I would like to invite Toastmaster Jaswant to share his report on the language evaluation for today morning.
The Toastmaster Anshuman. So I have seen good phrases and meeting gone so well. So I have not seen any of the where people is stuck or somewhere some there are very less filler words I have seen. So Toastmaster Disha use the word of the day. Toastmaster Anshul use two times. Toastmaster Aryan uh, three times Toastmaster Ved three times Toastmaster Shonak one time a word. Toastmaster Aryan two times. Toastmaster Pius six times. Uh, that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshul.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Jaswant. I'll quickly share my timer report and move to the G report. From the timing standpoint, guest Aryan had given the table topping 2 minutes 1 seconds, Toastmaster Vedin 1 minute 30 seconds, Toastmaster Shonak 2 minutes 3 seconds, guest Aryan 1 minute 54 seconds, Toastmaster Dishai 2 minutes 15 seconds, Toastmaster Jaswant at 1 minute 54 seconds, Toastmaster Anshul at 1 minute 24 seconds. That is it for table topic. Coming to the evaluation for today morning. Today morning was an experimental meeting in every which way. We were not expecting many folks to turn up thanks to the long weekend and Independence Day weekend. But definitely, I think all of us are committed to practice and become better public speakers and better leaders through the medium of Toastmasters. And that is what we've come here to practice. And thank you everyone for joining today morning and playing the role to the best of their ability. I think all of us got ample opportunities to practice. So kudos to everyone who were able to perform their roles today morning. Starting with Toastmaster Ved, he did the job of Sergeant at Arms with uh, with finesse as he usually does. Then, as a presiding officer, it was a last minute switch between Toastmaster Disha and me because Toastmaster Disha faced some technical issues. A universal suggestion for all of us is to plan backups, keep Wi-Fi backups handy because that's the need of the hour in today's digital age the hybrid age we have moved into. So that's definitely, but hopefully we'll see a presiding officer session from Toastmaster Disha in the next meeting. Helps me as a VP Education to allocate roles. Coming to Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Shaunak, who shone through the entire meeting. It was a Toastmaster Shaunak's show, as we can put it. Great theme, no doubt about it. Reinventing my yourself is something that made us all reflect at how we can reinvent ourselves, and we learn from each other's examples of how we, during our different career paths, how through our journey, have reinvented ourselves in our career. And if you look at each other's faces right now, we already know stories how each of us in our unique careers went about reinventing ourselves. So quite inspirational. I think for the weekend, for me, it'll be a theme of how can I like think through and reinvent myself, rather than life throwing challenges at me to reinvent myself. Can I dream big, reinvent myself? But Toastmaster, you definitely have inspired us to do that. One great strength that you have is uh, the ability to articulate. I think you have a lot of great thoughts, good stories, good life stories. So you articulate that well, have a crisp voice, and are able to share confidently with all of us. I think that's definitely a strength. One area you can challenge yourself, where I think I or all of us threw you into, is the group discussion, panel discussion sort of environment, where one of the methods to do that is throw an open ended question to everyone, and acting as a catalyst for all everyone to interact. And how that can be done is that if one person speaks on a topic, you pick up a theme from the topic and then make another open ended question. So, for example, Toastmaster Disha spoke on, say, XYZ. We pick up a theme from XYZ and then throw an open ended question to everyone to pick up the cue on it and speak on it. So that can help the chain go and build a good flowing panel discussion and group discussion. The method you predominantly use is sharing your anecdotes and stories and others building upon it. That can be also a good way when time is generous. But since we had like 10-15 minutes and we had to rotate through like 7-8 participants, that may not be the most ideal catalyst point of view. That may work in like a 1 hour, 1.5 hour sort of panel discussion where everyone is seated and discussing, say, in a physical environment. Here, just like if we had to cover everyone, we had to quickly move through everyone speaking and then picking a theme, picking an open-ended question for all of us to share environment. So coincidentally, we got a role for you maybe for the next meeting. Something we usually do wherever we there is a challenge area, we take up that role. So hopefully there will be a modified panel discussion for you for the next meeting to practice. But definitely, I think great theme, and the content that you shared, all of us reflected upon it, and definitely will reinvent ourselves for the future.
Thank you so
Coming
much.
to the table, no problem. Coming to Toastmaster Anshul, I don't know if you have attended Toastmaster before, but you were quite comfortable with sharing table topics today. You like immediately resonated with the theme and picked up topics which were relevant for all of us to think through on the theme of reinventing ourselves. So definitely a great effort there. One part you can challenge yourself for the future um, is one I shared on your chat, that the format is, say, Toastmaster Disha, reinvent yourself, Toastmaster Disha. That is it, and Toastmaster Disha takes over. So that's something you can like just uh, think through next time. And the topics can be crisper. I know, like you wanted to make it conversational, so you had a long question format. So CRISPR would be like a 3 word, 4 word, or maximum 5 word topic,
Okay.
so that the other person can, like, as open ended as possible for people to speak on the topic. At the same time, definitely, I think you resonated with the theme. Um, Minor feedback is on the tech issues you were having with the audio.
I
You
did,
can get
yes.
one of us to say log in, say 15 minutes before the meeting to check it out, or you can experiment by logging a day before and see using two devices to check if the voice is coming, not coming. And
Yes, I will work on that.
through Toastmasters, like it's we want to build skills which are universal. So the Zoom meeting you can conduct anywhere, everywhere, with the other meetup groups or anywhere. So these minor things go a long way to help out, sort things out. And the Zoom confidence you and I are building through this environment can be replicated anywhere. So
Yep.
definitely.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you, Toastmaster Disha as well. While you were
Right.
speaking, I lost my connection, so I apologize for that. I couldn't
No worries.
respond.
No worries. Like next segue is with Toastmaster Disha. I think Toastmaster Disha, you were quite thorough with your evaluations. Usually, people stick to just giving one single sentence feedback, but you like the ability for you to judge and analyze uh, was quite in depth, and that reflected in the attention and the listening skills you have. I think listening skills and speaking skills balance is difficult to maintain. The kind of listening skills you had today and the energy required to maintain during the meeting is difficult. And you were able to listen to all of us and share a thorough feedback. That's quite commendable. Where you can challenge yourself for the next meeting is, I think that's the biggest challenge with table topic is not duplicating feedback amongst participants. I know, like you mentioned that your flow was good. You mentioned it to multiple participants. One way to do that is keep like a checklist of vocabulary or framework, pre-built framework where you can tick mark uh, that like which strengths were there, not there. Um, we can use a speech evaluation sheet too, but say building a framework with different vocabulary words. So even flow can have same different synonyms, which can help uh, differentiate your feedback for each one of us. At the same time, great thorough feedback for each one of us, quite relevant, and thank you for taking up that role. To Smart Jaswant, I know language evaluation role was new to you, but at the same time, I think just through YouTube research, you were able to understand the role, share good feedback of how we performed our respective roles today morning, and gave good feedback about the grammar part and the counter role. Word of the day, you were put in on spotlight, but at the same time, I think you came up with the word spectacular, and some of us utilize it. So that's great effort. Next time, you can like look at a dictionary and see like a word of the day in advance, along with meaning and an example usage, and share with us for usage during the meeting. One thing you will have to challenge yourself is like in Toastmaster Disha's word, flow part of it. So, for example, you can take up a newspaper article, and start focusing on each word being clear and putting enough pauses after each sentence. So that's one exercise you can do regularly. That you can read from newspaper, record yourself, and see if you're getting stuck on any word. So once you start articulating more, that will start reflecting in your spontaneous speaking too. So that's something you can challenge yourself. At the same time, I think you had great curiosity to learn and demonstrate those learnings in today's language evaluation rule. So congratulations on that, and look forward to you playing. Maybe like you can take up a speech in next meeting and practice accordingly to give like a spectacular speech in the next meeting.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. That's my
I
concern.
think we have covered everyone. So thank you everyone. Good table topic marathon. I hope in this Zoom environment you got enough practice today morning. We'll have one more Zoom meeting next week where we can practice again. We can take the learnings from today, practice again, and back to we'll be back to the hybrid environment next week. For today, let's go back, reflect on how we performed today, and come back next week to give another energetic demonstration. To conclude the proceedings, since we're out of time, Toastmaster Shonik, I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster Shonik. And for the closing remarks, you can hand it over to Toastmaster Disha as the closing team. Thank you. Over to you,
So
Toastmaster Shonik.
thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for such a constructive feedback, and to Toastmaster Disha. We'll surely work upon these improvement areas. So before I conclude the topic for today, I would just like to request you to add a fourth element in your life. And when I talk about this fourth element, this is people, learning, giving back in experience. So give away the society to the people who are not that privileged. Take as much experience as you can. Keep learning. interact with people of different diversities, different experiences, different cultures that will help you elevate further. And with that, I call upon the session for today. Before I end, I would just like to call upon the guests today to share their feedback on the meeting today. So I would like to start with the guest Piyush today to come and share his feedback on the meeting. Piyush, can you hear us? I guess Piyush is away. So guest Aryan, would you like to share your feedback on the meeting today?
Are you talking about me or another Aryan?
I'm talking about you, and then I'll move to the Aryan.
Sure. Sorry for this confusion. Sorry for that confusion. And so this online meet that you of the Toastmasters, my feedback is generally is not that much okay. It's all everything the setup and all those topics were given was okay, and the evaluation given to me was also also excellent. And so there it's a good feedback that everything which we are doing today it's good enough. So I in future keep it this way only. So it would be nice enough for us.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. And I would like to now invite Toastmaster to be Toastmaster Aryan Chopra. Aryan, though you have already been in the last session, so you know the format. But what is your takeaway from this meeting?
Yeah, I liked the meeting. It was good. The flow was good, and we gave good feedback to each other. But one thing I would like to recommend that maybe we try next time is to have a place where the members and the guests can give feedback to each other about their, prepared speeches and their table topics. Except for that, I think everything was pretty good. Everything was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, to be Toastmaster Aryan Chopra. Now, I would like to call upon our CEO for the day, Toastmaster Anshuman, to proceed for the meeting.
Yeah, I'll be Toastmaster Disha to conclude.
Okay, sorry, Toastmaster Disha, my bad. So
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. Thank you, all the other fellow Toastmasters and guests, for taking out time today, in spite of this long weekend and the festivals that are running around, and coming for this meeting. I hope the meeting was fruitful for everyone. There was something or the other that we could learn. So thanks a lot. And with